And you know what, Joycey? Let's get the ball rolling.
Let's get it going. Game 1 here, and this is for top 24 winners side as well. Jackal and Louis Money, you know it, you love it. Starting off on Stadium 2, we are truly treading with the classics here.
Yeah, watching Louis Money get off with this Nair train, you know, keep it simple, keep it classic, finds the parry on that falling Nair, and that's something that Jackal is like very, very keen on. He likes to A-land with Nairs, fairs, and the like, so finding parries, and especially consistent parries, because of all of Wolf's aerials, except for back air, are all frame 7. So you can always put out a parry at the same timing if the fall speed is the same. That's the real mix-up. Jackal catches the landing, though, with the forward smash, looking for yet more, tries to feint with the back air, but no dice to turn around grab from Louis Money, sets up a ledge trap, and sets up a 2-frame, maybe not even, that up smash lingering forever and finding the stock.
I was going to say, what a wonderful, wonderful option, knowing that in that moment, unless there was that severe delay, it would have covered each and every option, each and every angle as well that Jackal would have been aiming for. Wonderful, wonderful stuff from Louis Money at the moment, and just trying to get those nairs. But again, safety is the name of the game. Forward tilt, extending Louis Money. June trying to get the neutral air, and then wonderful coverage, just catching with the dash attack, 150, and excellent timing once again, 2 stocks apiece.
Really brings you back, because like these two really find so much advantage when they're playing in an advantage position when trying to specifically ledge trap, and even better, 2-frame. You see it with Palutena up smash, Palutena down tilt, Wolf forward tilt, Wolf down smash. Like, they are trying to make sure that the ledge is a dangerous spot to be, not only getting to it, but playing off of it. And it makes sense why Louis was just decided to skip ledge that one time and say, like, you know, let me just make sure I'm on stage.
I was going to say, yeah, just that entire threat just means that you're going for these quite unorthodox, and in some elements quite unsafe if you are ready for it. But of course, we will see the adjustments a little later on. But in this game 1, the back air and neutral air just trading in that situation. The jab's just saying, get the hell away from me. And the up tilt, nice and fresh, doing its job, taking that second stock from Louis Money. Jackal with a lead.
Yeah, pivot up tilt as well to catch the tip of that platform. Nicely done. Oh, threatening ledge trump. It's on the table now. Doesn't lead to anything here, but it might lead Jackal to start picking ledge options early if Louis is able to capitalize on that. Louis Money kind of pressuring with the jab, trying to throw out different tempo breaks, different timing mix-ups. Jab is certainly a decent way to do that, as well as dash attack, which could close out stocks at these percentages if you're just trying to get Jackal to be a little bit off the 8-ball. Back throw, not going to quite do it, but Joycey, we're seeing Louis look for anything to do it, and the Nair, excuse me, is going to do it.
It's wild because, like you were mentioning with Louis Money, you know, you're offering these options to threaten to the ledge trump. It means that Jackal has to start playing a lot more preemptively. Oh. What on earth? You know what? Never mind. Shut me up, Jackal. It's all about you, brother. Don't you worry. It is all about you. Tried and true down smash, taking that first game.
Yes. I love the... You know, we are playing such an in-depth neutral, different little tempo breaks, characters putting out jabs even when you don't expect it. Like Wolf jab is not really a button you see a ton. Or, you know, Palutena jab is usually just like a poke, but you don't commit to the rapid jab. And then you remember, oh right, these characters are really good and don't just play discipline neutral because you missed a tech at 90 and exploded.
That's the thing. I think the power creep with the fighters passes has kind of reminded us that actually, you know, these characters were still and still are extremely good, but it's just like the standard of a down smash killing at 90 is like, yeah, but you know, like,
but it's whatever.
Yeah, but forward smash kills at 50 on Steve, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and yeah, that tempo break just immediately caught me in my tracks as well. Just, you know, both stunning players and commentators, let me tell you.
Jackal especially is a player that really likes timing breaks by using the same move, and Wolf is kind of the character at doing it. Spaceys are all having that insane fastfall speed, meaning you can mix up timings by just mixing up your jump heights and your fastball timings to throw in a Nair at the right time, and then you find a big tech chase and you find a big opportunity. Another Nair there off of the short hop, trying to evening up the percent count and getting more of it off the up throw forward air while in the corner. Jackal commanding this position, but Louis a whole lot smoother than Jackal was expecting off of these like up and down, playing a lot more side to side, and really all this sharking is going crazy for Louis right now.
Bravery from Jackal there to go to the ledge, despite the fact that Louis Money was just sharking around, just trying to tempt and bait, but just saying, you know what, actually, I am going to go to this ledge, let him get him a reset on the recovery options. However, that smaller side blast zone nearly killing Jackal, but wonderful timing, and these techs from Louis Money. You can tell that these are very, very seasoned in this matchup.
Oh, the turnaround grab was so clutch from Louis Money, but he wasn't able to extend off the platform. Put out the explosive flame, trying to force Jackal into shield. The teleport was a little off, but Jackal did not find the F-tilt in time. Perfect spacing from Luis, but perfect reversal, getting the jump out of shield into that super delayed back air. It doesn't matter if it was the sweet spot or the sour spot. That's going to close out the stock. Allow Jackal to put up a lead a little bit, almost finding the back air, but still frame traps here. Joycey, we're good to see Jackal go up 2 stocks to 1 with that ledge trump.
Oh, and I love that spacing from Louis. Jackal sort of anticipating that Lou go a little bit further than he did, trying to catch with the dash attack, and there we go. Second time is the charm. Louis Mini getting that back throw off the side, those smaller blast zones from Town and City, showing the counter pick in full motion, but you've taken a hell of a lot of percent, and let me tell you, we are moments away from that stock potentially going, Erigel.
Yeah, gotta see if Luis has an... Oh, I was gonna say, if, like, hey, Louis Money might need to try and, like, commit to a 2-frame or commit to trying to catch Jackal when he's deep off stage, but Jackal has the right reversal at the right time, putting out different breaks in Luis's timings in order to make something happen. Down throw, trying to read with the air dodge in, gets Jackal at least out of the corner, but the percent started to rack up here. Louis Money is finding the perfect, like, rising aerials to stop all these jumps, a rising nair to stop any mix-up that Jackal likes to do. You can't always rely on shield to get you out of a problem. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and where it's working out in favor for Luis. 156, Louis Money in the lead.
So Antenna Rage and a back throw makes dreams come true. What was once a lead strongly in the favor of Jackal has gone in the favor of Louis Money, but Jackal saying, you know what, let's bring this back to the center. Let's keep things nice and even. And we can see Louis Money. Oh my goodness, what a call. Just getting that 2-frame and just saying, you know what, run off down air. Perfect in that situation. And Wolf showing that one slight little weakness, which, you know, the recovery is good. It's not quite great.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles you can approach from high with the Wolf Flash as well, and the Wolf Flash itself can be angled. You've got some mix, but where it's at its weakest is always in the startup. And yes. Louis Money found exactly the spot, especially off of that perfectly timed 2-frame. Excellently done from Louis Money to turn around Jackal, who was having a ton of momentum go on his side, shut it down with some cheeky rising aerials, put Wolf off stage, and sealed the deal. Excellent stuff to bring us to a 1-1 set count. Battlefield for Game 3. Joycey, how do you feel about that?
I think I'm enjoying the pick. I think, again, both of these characters, they like those extensions. It does feel like Jackal, for the most part, has been getting these longer extensions. I feel like Louis Money has been doing better in the call-out game, right? Calling out the jump-ins and getting these ledge traps and edge guards started, which, you know, don't get it twisted. It makes it easier on certain stages, but every stage has got a ledge, so it can still happen. Whereas Jackal has been getting these, you know, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and with those platforms, going to be able to extend it into a lot more. So I really do enjoy the pick. But again, Louis Money taking the momentum from this Game 2 and bringing it all the way into Game 3. A charge down smash, trying to get the 2-frame, but no dice just yet.
Putting out that downer out of shield. And the counter, as you were saying, like, the call-out game from Louis Money has just been perfect. Like, different timings to either find a rising nair, a dash attack, or an up air, and then that counter especially, just all in the same vein of making sure that Jackal is delaying his aerials a little bit longer, which could allow Louis Money to take his turn a little earlier. Tries for the fair flash, but just a little bit out of range for it between the Rage and Luis's percentage. A little bit tough here, but it is still kill percent for both characters. Above that 100 means that any sweet spot of either back air could do it, or the blanket that is that up air. Another very solid coverage and call out from Louis Money to take the lead. Really transforming from midway through Game 2 to how he's been playing now.
Just see at the moment Jackal deciding to try and slow things down just a little bit, a few shots from the gun just to try and get a little bit more percent, try and close that space. However, Louis Money, again, just more than happy to take it slow. Slowly but surely inch their way forward, but wonderful, wonderful timing on that back air, just sending Louis into the side blast zone and evening up the stuff.
Real good. It's all like a coverage and movement game now. Like they're both trying to make sure that they're putting out an active enough hitbox to cover movement, or just empty moving in order to make sure that they can whiff punish or punish out a shield. Like in case there, finding a shield grab. Louis Money trying to put out another back into cover, the down tilt to stop the wolf flash to ledge, but Jackal playing around the 2-frame, looking for anything that can get started, but okay. Just roll on right by.
I was going to say, great reaction there from Jackal. Any other option would have spelled curtains for that stock. However, Jackal trying to keep the advantage, and again, being able to chase with these platforms. Wonderful reversal there from Louis Money, just sailing down with a neutral air, maybe trying to get a bit of a DI mix-up on the back throw, but Jackal not quite giving it to him just yet.
Yeah, Jackal's been really focused on playing a much more like overshoot or delay-based timing. You see it there, the empty hop into the back air, the double jump into the falling nair, the dash before the dash attack. It's gotten him the lead. It's gotten him back into spitting distance of making sure this game is even, especially after that back throw. But it's not quite getting him the real big wins that he wants. You know, it's a lot of chip damage. It's a lot of like coverage, but it's not quite taking the stock quite yet until these maximum percentages. The forward tilt at 164, it's gonna do it. But you also, as Jackal, you're not trying to make it so that you're forward tilting at 164 every stock.
Exactly that, right? It's also just the mental energy that it takes up as well when you're just having to go for these straight hits, when those confirms and those down smashes as well just not quite working out, and it just means that you just have to work that little bit harder. You're giving that bit more information for Louis Money. However, that back air nearly sealing the deal there, and then I love that early up B. It feels like Jackal had the right idea, but was just a little bit too late on the timing, thanks to Louis Money's excellent earliness. We can just see the neutral air, the feigns here, the forward tilt. Yeah, just about gonna do it. 2-1 in favor of Jackal.
Another game where it started in favor of one, and then the scale steadily tipped in the other side as as more information was revealed. As I mentioned, Jackal was playing very much on like doing one extra thing before the hitbox comes out, double jump before the nair, or like short hop before a short hop bear, that type of empty short hop rather before a short hop bear, that type of stuff. Louis Money's adaptation was really then just trying to play empty movement before trying to intercept, and the empty jumps were all getting stuffed and all getting caught out by Jackal manipulating his airspeed so effectively. And in that case in point, tried to jump from ledge, got caught by a forward tilt, ends up ending game number 3. So in a game number 4, the information war rages on.
I was going to say, Louis Money deciding that actually, you know what, I don't need this wolf trying to hunt me down. And what a counter as well, trying to go for a second one there. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, it's looking like it's going to need to go to the repair shop in this situation. But Louis Money saying, you know what, I've got other tools in the belt at the moment. Let me show you, Jackal.
Covering, tries for the empty lane dash attack, but doesn't work out. Jackal finds the down throw, but no combo. Instead, Louis Money's holding on to the speed, tries for the up smash, but no dice, and a delayed nair to get the other side of it to force this ledge trap as opposed to a combo across the stage. And you know what? For keeping the corner is working out real well for Jackal here. Does not find the sweet spot of that nair. Looks for the second time. It's sour spot both ways. And that allows Louis Money to hold steady to keep this stock alive and eventually turn the whole situation around. Reversal and reversal there, Joycey, and it's Louis Money walking out on top.
I was going to say, it's just these little micro situations that are turning into such big gains for either player. Like you mentioned, you know, that one very, very slight difference in timing made all of that damage possible for Jackal. But then again, Louis Money just in that moment recognizing, okay, I can just get a couple of hits which will put it in that perfect position for the back throw and the edge guard that led to it. And even though it is even, it just feels like, again, these little adjustments, these little tiny moments are turning into so much more.
Even when it's negative, right? Like the tech roll out, but Louis Money committed to a tech roll in read with an up air, and Jackal gets away without taking any of the up air combos Palutena is so effective at. I mean, the percentage is basically even up until that fair bear conversion. Tries for the extra lasers to come in the clutch, but no follow-ups. Instead, the empty land here. It is Jackal in command of the ground game, which is influencing almost all of Louis Money's decision-making here in this game 4.
And There we go. I'm loving the use of these grabs as well. The empty hop grab a little bit earlier on, and then that one there as well. Jackal has been so happy, as you mentioned earlier on, to just press buttons when landing on shield, because for a lot of it, you know, it gets those conversions going. A lot of them can be safe on shield when spaced correctly, and Louis Money has been doing a really good job at just holding shield and waiting for the wolves to go away. However, Jackal has now begun recognizing that, and in this game 4, the conditioning starts to finally rear its ugly head, and these grab conversions have been doing real well. However, like you said, the big problem, you sort of cut off the leaves of the weeds, but the roots are still there, and that is that we need these earlier kills. 160% for either of these players is showing that the other player is just playing that a bit too defensively.
Yes, all about that perfect defensive counterplay, and you got grabbed so often, so many times by Jackal, just dash grabbing in at this, just always looking to command the ground game. And finally, once you know that back throw is going to take the stock, that's where this well-timed spot dodge comes into play. Oh, empty hop and roll out from Jackal, who's hunting for that stray hit. Back throw, oh, it does do it, okay.
Wow. I was going to say, the thing is that you would almost expect, there's like levels on levels to it, right? Because Louis Money's shield was reasonably low at that point,
right,
and the vast majority of players would be like, right, the shield is low, I'm going to go for a poke if I'm feeling cheeky, I might even go for that shield break. But Louis Money is still electing to hold shield, and then Jackal just saying, right, I'm just going to grab you instead because I know that you're thinking levels on levels with me. And that back throw, again, catching the DI out, just wonderful, wonderful stuff. And he has taken it all the way further, trying to end the set with the 3-1, the counter not quite working in Louis Money's favor. Jackal taking this aggression and just cooling it down just enough to get these grabs.
Yeah, the tempo break for Wolf here has just been this perfect dash grab game. Like, Louis Money has shown counterplay to it plenty of times with these jump nairs and attempted jump fair, but Jackal has got the answer of always knowing how to keep Louis Money off of the ground and in some sort of unstable position. Now, I mean, trying to make something happen with that ledge trap, but instead Jackal's the one finding the stray hit, looks for the forward tilt, and he's certainly okay seemingly playing the long game. A nice challenge from Louis Money, not far behind. 66% can certainly mean a whole lot of shenanigans, especially off of this forward throw. Looks for the deep edge guard, but instead the Wolf Flash gets right by. We're back to center stage here, Joycey, in a very, very tight game 4. Louis Money trying to hold on, but the up tilt sends Luis down the loser's bracket as Jackal cements himself into top 24 winner side.
What a wonderful performance from both of those players as well. It really, you know, the score count there may seem a little bit like it was like super in Jackal's favor, but both of those players at various points just had these really, really wonderful moments. It felt like they really, you know, there's that discussion around odds, but where there's, you know, the idea of it, you know, being like you take it in turns, right? And it was really apparent in that set where it felt like there were points where, you know, there's 80-90% coming out from Jackal, but then suddenly Louis Money just reversals the situation. We saw it at the end of the game that Louis won, right? Where, you know, it was completely out of favor for him, and then he just got, you know, hit after hit after hit, sealed out the stock, and then even got a super early kill with that down air on Wolf's up B. So it was so interesting to see, looking at the game